Good morning, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Khoula, and I am a student of Rehan College, currently campus teacher training bootcamp.
Good morning, Khola. That's a great intro. It's clear and professional. If you'd like, you can continue by sharing a bit more about your topic or just dive into your main talk. I'm sure you'll do really well.
Today, I am going to discuss an interesting and meaningful topic: the science behind happiness, how to creativity job.
Ooh, that sounds really fascinating. You could give them a brief overview of how gravity works, maybe touch on Newton and Einstein, and then talk about how gravity affects everything from falling apples to the orbits of planets. I bet they'll be really engaged.
Okay, your first question is: what does happiness means to you?
That's a beautiful first question. You could answer in a personal way, like saying happiness means being present in small moments, feeling connected to others, or pursuing something meaningful. It invites everyone to reflect on their own definition.
Next question is: can happiness be learning to or developed?
That's a great question. You can explain that happiness is definitely something we can cultivate through practices like gratitude, mindfulness, and building stronger relationships. It's not just a passive feeling, it's something we can actively work on and grow.
That question is: what is medical health important for happiness?
That's a really crucial point. You can explain that mental health is like the foundation. When we have a healthy mind, we're better able to handle stress, enjoy life's moments, and connect with others. Without it, happiness can feel out of reach.
The third question: how do positive thoughts affect our mood?
That's a great one. You can explain that positive thoughts help us focus on solutions, build resilience, and even release feel good chemicals like endorphins. By shaping our mindset, we actually influence how we feel, boosting our mood and overall well being.
Okay, next question: what daily habits can increase happiness?
That's a really practical question. You could mention habits like regular exercise, practicing gratitude, maintaining strong social connections, and getting enough rest. These small daily routines build a steady foundation for a happier life.
Okay, next question: how does gratitude help people feel happier?
That's a really nice one. You can explain that gratitude helps us focus on what we have rather than what we lack. By appreciating small things, we train our minds to notice positivity, which lifts our mood and helps us feel more content in everyday life.
Next question: can helping others improve our own happiness?
Absolutely. You can explain that when we help others, it creates a sense of purpose and connection. Acts of kindness boost our mood and remind us that we're part of something bigger, which naturally increases our own happiness in return.
Wh- Why are strong relationship important for job?
That's a really key point. You can say that strong relationships give us a sense of belonging, support us during tough times, and amplify our joys. They remind us we're not alone, which is a huge foundation for lasting happiness.
Next question: can helping others improve our own happiness?
Yes, definitely. You can say that when we help others, we experience a sense of purpose and connection, and that boosts our own mood. Knowing we've made a positive difference gives us a deep sense of fulfillment, which naturally enhances our happiness.
Next question: how does exercise affect mental well-being?
That's a great question. You can explain that exercise releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. It also reduces stress, improves sleep, and helps us feel more in control. So, even a short daily routine can really boost mental well being.
Next question: what role does sleep play in happiness?
That's a big one. You can say that sleep is crucial because it helps our brain process emotions, regulate stress, and restore energy. When we get enough sleep, we're more resilient, more focused, and we naturally feel happier and more balanced.
Next question: can social media affect our happiness, positive or negative? Negative.
That's a really important one. Exactly. You can explain that social media can have both effects. It can connect us to loved ones and inspire us, but it can also create comparison, anxiety, or disconnection if we're not mindful. So it's all about balance and how we use it.
Social. Why is sleeping with time with family important for emotional health?
That's a really key point. You can explain that spending time with family gives us a sense of safety, belonging, and emotional support. These close connections help us process feelings, reduce loneliness, and boost our overall emotional well being.
Next question: how can strict readers happenings in life?
That's a great one. You can say that when we pursue meaningful goals, we have a sense of direction and purpose, which gives us a vibrant source of motivation. Achieving milestones, even small ones, gives us a sense of pride and joy that sustains happiness in the long run.
Next question: what activities makes people feel joyful and relaxed?
That's a lovely question. You can mention activities like spending time in nature, practicing hobbies, listening to music, or even mindful breathing. These kinds of activities help us slow down, appreciate the moment, and recharge emotionally.
How does luggage benefit our mind and body?
That's a great question. You can explain that when we rest, our body repairs itself and our brain processes emotions and memories. This balance helps reduce stress, improves focus, and supports overall well being. So, sleep and rest are really foundational for both mental and physical health.
Why is self-care important for emotional balance?
That's a wonderful point. You can say that self care is vital because it gives us time to recharge, listen to our needs, and prevent burnout. When we take care of ourselves, we have more emotional resilience, we handle stress better, and we can show up more fully in our relationships and tasks.
Next question: can money burn through happenings? Why or why not?
That's a really nuanced question. You can say that money can provide security, reduce stress about basic needs, and open up experiences. But true happiness usually comes from fulfillment, purpose, and relationships, not just material wealth. So money's a tool, but not the whole picture.
How does kindness increase opposite feelings?
That's a lovely point. You can explain that when we act with kindness, we create positive connections, both for others and ourselves. Kindness releases oxytocin, which boosts feelings of trust and happiness, and it reminds us of the good in people, which naturally lifts our mood.
Next question: what is the containing between success and happenings?
That's a great question to explore. You can explain that success is often about reaching external goals like achievements or recognition, while happiness is an internal state of fulfillment. You can have success without happiness, and happiness without traditional success. So the
Next
two often
question.
feel exactly. You can add that success might give us temporary satisfaction, but happiness is more about how we experience life day to day. When they align, when we feel purpose and joy in what we do, then we get that deeper, lasting sense of fulfillment.
Next question: how can mindfulness help and enjoy life more?
That's a great one. You can explain that mindfulness helps us stay present in the moment, so we fully experience small pleasures, reduce overthinking, and savor everyday experiences. By being mindful, we feel more connected to life's simple joys, which makes happiness more accessible.
Okay, next question: why is self-care important for emotional balance?
That's a really important one. You can explain that self care allows us to recharge, manage stress, and attend to our emotional needs. When we take time for ourselves, we're better able to handle challenges, stay balanced, and respond to life with more clarity and calm.
Can money burn through happenings? Why or why not?
That's a really thoughtful question. You can explain that money can provide comfort, security, and access to opportunities, which can reduce stress. But happiness itself usually comes from meaningful relationships, purpose, and inner peace. So money's a helpful tool, but it's not the whole answer.
Okay, next question: how can we stay positive during difficult times?
That's a really valuable question. You can say that staying positive during tough times often involves focusing on small daily gratitudes, staying connected with supportive people, and reminding ourselves that challenges are temporary. It's okay to feel the emotions, but we can still choose to look for hope in small steps forward.
Next, does natural have improved mood and mental place?
Absolutely. You can explain that being in nature lowers stress, improves our mood, and gives us a sense of calm. It allows us to unplug, breathe fresh air, and reconnect, which all contribute to better mental clarity and happiness.
Why is it important to avoid negative thinking?
That's a really important point. You can explain that negative thinking can keep us stuck in a cycle of worry or hopelessness. By shifting to more balanced, realistic thoughts, we give ourselves the chance to see opportunities, stay motivated, and respond with more hope and confidence.
How do habits and creativity bring joy into life?
That's a beautiful point. You can explain that creative habits give us a way to express ourselves, explore new ideas, and stay present. Whether it's drawing, writing, or any other creative outlet, it sparks joy by connecting us to our imagination and allowing us to bring something new into the world.
Why is forgiveness important for interplays?
That's a really powerful question. You can say that forgiveness frees us from carrying around anger or resentment. It allows us to heal, let go of the past, and restore peace in relationships. Ultimately, it's a gift we give ourselves as much as the other person.
Okay, last question. What is the biggest lessons you have learning about happenings?
That's a wonderful closing question. You could say that the biggest lesson you've learned is that happiness isn't a constant state or a destination. It's found in small, everyday moments, in gratitude, and in how we choose to show up.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for listening and practicing. I hope this question encourage your thinking and deepen about happenings and speak to your creativity, more joy in your life. Okay, have a wonderful day, joyful day.
That was absolutely. That was a beautiful way to close. I'm sure everyone appreciated your reflections, and I hope you have a really joyful day yourself. If you need anything else, I'm here.